Good morning and welcome to a morning outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday, the 15th of March. So looking at the euro dollar first, and well, yesterday it came down further than I expected, to be fair. Found support off its daily 8 and 21, and well, this morning we're seeing a bit of a rally coming from there, short term at least. Uh, Plenty of support areas it found in terms of where we're sitting at the moment, where we're through the daily pivot, heading pretty well up back towards that hourly 50, maybe pushing up even to the R1 above there. We'll see how we run this morning. If this does fail, I'll be a bit wary of what's happening here. It looks like according to traders, or dealers, should I say, it looks like a bit of a stop run on these markets this morning, particularly with cable. Um, if it does start falling over, we may get some a bit of a retracement. But at the moment, it's well, what I'm looking at here on the euro, for example, is maybe it's in trend, which seems certainly to the downside from that time frame or this time frame intermediate trend. If it was to start rolling over, we could be on for the S1, for example. But I think with the news coming out today, we're quite limited in terms of where price action might go. Okay, let's look at the pound. So there's the pound, it's already done the full range of what it did yesterday, covered within a very short time this morning. Having a bit of a retracement from that sort of little double top at the moment. It may retrace a little bit more. The more longer it consolidates here, the more likely it is to have another shove up. It extremed on the first push up there into those prior highs there. Possibly we could see another move towards that, but just consolidating at the moment. We saw this yesterday. It's a long period of consolidation before it started moving. It seems to be a bit of a pattern at the moment. It's much easier to move a market when there's fewer participants and drive into the stops. Okay, looking at dollar yen, and well, that's moved a lot less. It's still looking like, well, to me, if we start seeing a break of the lows, let's just put this on this 4-hourly here. We could be on for further downside here. You just need a confirmation of a break of this low from yesterday. It's not yesterday, it's Monday's actually. Monday's low there. If we see a break of that, it gives us more confirmation of possibly a bigger move downwards. But there may be opportunities to get short before then. It's a bit bitty as we look at it from a 60-minute at the moment. Just need to be a bit careful before chasing for this. It's halfway down towards its S1 there. It really is a case at the moment here. As I say, bittiness. We've got this sort of little trend going this way. We've got this move across the lows, most likely somewhere here, and which is a case of which way it breaks. My preference is to the downside, and it may be that's what I'm looking for this morning. Aussie dollar, seeing some sorts of recovery here as well. So a currency you'd expect to move through the Asian session, which it has. Pushed up reasonably well from where we're sitting at the moment. Put a higher low in on this 4-hourly basis. Looks like it could push on some more at this stage, especially on the hourlies here. It seems to be putting a sort of rounded sort of bottom there in, and as I said, looks like it could push up. Target wise, a little bit limited because we're running towards Monday's highs at this point. It may stifle things a little bit. It got pitchy up there on Monday when it ran up the second time into the R2. Maybe we can push through this time, but bitty, but got the possibility. I'm just looking back to the dailies, and that daily 21 has been hit already, so if it starts breaking and pushing up through there, maybe we'll be pushing back towards the monthly pivot. Canadian dollar, I was looking at this and it's probably starting to look to me like it may roll over some more, and it was one I was trying to get into yesterday. Didn't quite set up. It's it's a weak setup at the moment, looking like we could see further downside. Um, there are certain trend lines that we're drawing across the lows here, looking for a break of this level here, which we're pretty close to at the moment. Target wise, it's almost in the short term down to its S1 here, taking quite a bit of the target. But it could come off towards that 60-minute 200, maybe some more. I mean, it's you can see on the bigger time frames, really hasn't yet broken that daily 8. As I said, for quite some time, it's quite an overbought current. Overbought, it is overbought indeed. Overbought pair. I was expecting a little bit more to the downside, but of course, as we got news coming out today, three important points of news this morning. Well, one this morning at 9:30, we got the employment data coming out for the UK. Could give the pound quite a kicker. I'll be looking again, average earnings, key number there to see what's happening in inflation. More important that than any other part of it, because the unemployment rate is relatively low, and as I said, the average earnings is the key figure for the pound there. Moving on to 12:30, we've got the CPI, the inflation figures coming out for the US at 12:30 instead of 1:30 because the clock's changed. This is quite key. Looking for some sort of inflation on CPI. The core inflation is the more important one. They'll be looking for inflation there. Particularly, we saw weaker jobs numbers, inflation, didn't we, last week? So it'll be important to see some inflation there. Any solid inflation there gives the FOMC, who are meeting all day and will be presenting their projections at 6 p.m. and statement at 6 p.m. And then they've got the press conference at 6:30. So busy evening with a couple of key numbers coming out throughout the day there. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. Hope you have a great one. Bye for now.